I am in beautiful Portland, Oregon. I have had this trip planned for, I don't know, about 6 to 8 months. It was going to be a one-week trip, a girls' getaway with a friend of mine from college, but she had to cancel at the last minute. So I had two choices. One was to cancel myself. Yeah, if you think that's really an option for me, then you don't know me very well. And the other option was just to come here and have a blast by myself, and that is exactly what I've done. Since she wasn't coming, I decided not to take the vacation days from work, so I've worked during the day and then gone out on the night and weekends. I do kind of regret that decision because Portland is such a fascinating city and it has such a rich history. I really did not get to do everything that I wanted to do. Anyway, here are the top 14 things to do if you come to Portland. Number 1 on my list is go see Mola Falls. I didn't have a car, so I booked a tour through Viator with Around Portland Tours, and it was fantastic. The tour guide was local. She knew the area so well. Portland had had an ice storm the week before I got there, and some of the roads and trails were still closed. But because she's been doing this for so long, she knew the back roads, all the ways to get around, so taking the tour was much better than just driving by myself. We saw 3 waterfalls, but the star was definitely Mola Falls. Pictures or videos do not do this justice, and because it's winter with the snow melting, all the waterfalls were very strong. This is something you really must see. Number 2, visit the Pic Mansion. In the 1850s, 19-year-old Henry Pic arrived in Portland, barefoot and penniless. He found work as a typesetter at the Oregonian, eventually took ownership and turned it into a highly successful daily newspaper. In 1912, when he was 78, he started work on this mansion, his dream home. He, his wife, and other family members moved in 1914 when he was 80. He died 5 years later, but family members continued to live here until 1958. From there, it fell into disrepair until the city of Portland bought it and turned it into this historic museum. The grounds are free to roam, the views are spectacular, and the house and its history is really interesting. Number 3, go see the Lanso Gardens in downtown Portland's Chinatown. These gardens were created by artisans from Portland's sister city, Suzhou, in the Jiangsu province of China. The Jiangsu province is famous for its beautiful Ming Dynasty gardens, and Portland wanted to bring that beauty here. The Lanso Garden is one of the most authentic Chinese gardens outside of China. Docents will give free tours, or you can wander the gardens on your own. Number 4, go take a hike through Washington Park. I took the Wildwood Canyon Trail from Pic Mansion down into Washington Park. Oh my gosh, how fantastic is this hike? These trees are so majestic. This is the epitome of the Pacific Northwest, exactly what I envisioned it would be. This trail is beautiful. It crosses the highway on this artistic bridge. You have this wooden bridge, some graffiti, the redwood viewing platform. This is amazing. The views you get from here, and look how tall these trees are. This is incredible. The trail is part of Hoyt Arboretum, which has 12 miles of trails to explore, each with its own unique and magical experience. Number 5, visit the International Test Rose Garden. Now I'm going to admit, visiting here in winter is really not ideal. It just looked like a bed of dead twigs. Still, I made the best of it while I was there. This is row E23. It contains the oldest rose planted here in 1943 by Grand Duchess Charlotte Anderson. So it's cool to see it even if it's not blooming. This is the Queen's Walk. There is a plaque here honoring each of the queens of Portland's Rose Festival. The queen is selected from a high school senior, and she reigns throughout the year, and while she is reigning, her plaque will have a place of honor right here in the center of this garden. They go back to the very first queen. The earliest one I found was 1907. So if you're here in winter like I am, you might want to skip that one. But in the summer, in the spring, in the fall, that is going to be a spectacular place to see. Number 6, walk along the Willamette River. Portland's Willamette River separates the town east side. The Willamette River separates the west side that I'm on from the east side. There are trails on both sides of the river. All along this walkway, you're going to find these kiosks that have a street light at the top, the street sign that you're at, and then it's also got these banners that talk about Portland's history. This kiosk talks about the Stark Street Ferry. The rates were, you had 2 horses and a buggy, it's 20 cents. 1 horse and a buggy, it's only 10 cents. If it's loose livestock, also only 10 cents. And then what is the other? Sheep, hogs, and men on foot, only 5 cents. Portland doesn't have ferries any longer, but it does have 12 bridges that connect the east and west sides, built from 1908 through 2016. This is Burnside Bridge, which I'm going to be going across. It was started in the 1920s, and while it was under construction, public officials and engineers were indicted for some financial monkey business, so I'm guessing they were corruption charges. So the city brought in Gustav Lindenthal. He finished this, and it opened in 1926, and he built 2 other bridges here in Portland. Both sides have walkers, joggers, bicyclists, and birds. Lots of birds. I'm admiring these beautiful old street lamps and kind of getting Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds vibe with all of these birds coming around. The birds didn't attack, so I continued on to 1st and Taylor Streets to see number 7, Mill Inns Park. This is Mills End Park. It is the smallest park in the world. Let's take a look at it. If we come over here, it is in the shape of a clover leaf. Now the article I read said it was 2 feet wide and 2 feet tall. I think it is a little bit larger than that, and you can see here in the winter, it's kind of sad, just 2 little twigs, but it's always fun to come here. Number 8, head to one of the many pubs here and have a craft beer. I had a porter at Huber's Cafe. It's a local craft brewery called Porter's. Yeah, that's really good. It's not quite as smooth as the Guinness, but it's got a little bit more flavor than the Guinness. Really, really tasty. A red ale and the Shanghai IPA at Old Town Pizza. Another great place to get a beer is Kells, an Irish pub in Old Town. Since I recently got back from Ireland, I got a Guinness. After the beer, you'll want... Number 9, enjoy the grub. Portland is a foodie town. There is so much amazing food here to eat, but let me recommend to you Huber's Cafe. It's the oldest cafe in Portland, founded in 1879.
Portland is also known for its many food trucks. I had an excellent pizza at Old Town Pizza, an incredible bread pudding at Kells, and there are plenty of other food options.
After you finish eating, you need some dessert. So for number 10, head over to the Pearl District to Salt and Straw and get some incredible ice cream. This is the Salt and Straw ice cream shop, and I've got some amazing sounding flavors. I have gotten mine here. I got 2 split scoops, so 4 flavors in 2 scoops, but I'm gonna save it and eat it back at the hotel.
These are the 4 flavors that I got. First is the strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper. It was my favorite. The balsamic really added an unexpected spice to the strawberry and honey, and the pepper gave it a bite. Unusual, but really yummy. Next to that was the Marionberry coconut sherbet. This was sweet, flavorful coconut, and because it's a sherbet, light and refreshing. Excellent. Next was the honey lavender. Now, even though the color is lavender, the flavor was mostly the honey with only a hint of lavender. Another excellent flavor. And last was the pear blue cheese.
I'll be honest, I couldn't finish the pear and blue cheese. I took another bite of that and it was like, yeah, I don't think so. But the other 3 flavors were just incredible. Number 11, ride the aerial tram.
I went at night to get views of the city lights and I loved it. At the top is a medical center. Not in need of medical care? No worries. Turn to the right as you enter and there is an entire hallway of original artwork. It's like finding an unexpected museum.
You want to be able to get the White Stag Portland, Oregon sign. I am on the Burnside Bridge. It is after dark. I am not sure how smart this is, but getting a great photo of the sign.
Number 13, explore Portland's many unique neighborhoods.
Portland was founded in 1851. There is a lot of history here, along with the contemporary. There are unique and interesting sculptures, murals, architecture, Chinatown, the Japanese gardens, Old Town. There is just so much to explore.
Number 14, go to Powell's Bookstore.
This is Powell's Books. It is the largest independent bookstore in the entire world. I don't know how many square feet it has, but it's a lot of new and used books. And as a voracious book reader, I definitely want to go in and check that out. I actually nearly missed the bus stop because I was engrossed in reading a book. Wouldn't that have been ironic? It takes up the entire city block. 3 stories of books. I swear I think I found paradise. There are 2 entrances, one at this corner and one at the opposite corner. I am guessing that this is the original entrance because it's got this column made of books. Very cool. Did I say 3 floors? No, this is 4 floors.
Find your adventure.